The lion born in captivity has never tasted freedom, and yet cannot help but dream of the wild. Although born in captivity, being fed this low quality food, stuck behind this confined space, behind iron bars, still at night dreams of open plains, of fresh meat, the excitement of the hunt, playful times with healthy pride around him, and sleeping under a canopy of stars and the moon on the savannah, and yet wakes up every day within the cage, his dry, dusty floor, and behind these bars with people gawping at him. And then one day, as he paces his cage, pawing at the ground, head down, dejected, comes across a door that is open. There is nothing between him and freedom. But because the lion was born in captivity, cannot recognize what this is, cannot see the significance of this open door. All he has to do is recognize what this door is, what this door represents. And all he has to do is run through, away to freedom, to everything he's ever dreamed about in those long, lonely, cold nights. It's all right out there, waiting. But he cannot recognize the significance, the power of this open door, and so keeps his head down and just carries on pacing his cell. In time, a keeper comes along, sees the door is open, closes it, and locks it shut, this time permanently. Now that's kind of a sad story. I want you to realize right here that you are that lion. You are that lion. And so many times I see people pacing their cell, unaware that there is an open door right next to them. All you have to do is go through that door. That's it. But because all we've ever known are these bars and this poor food and bad treatment, that's all we've ever known. And so we're suffering greatly, but we just stay with it. We just stick with that because that's all we've known. We cannot see there's an open door right there. Think about what those bars are for you and recognize there are no bars. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. But this could be low self-esteem. Oh, I've just never been any good. Or maybe it's having very negative people around us, surrounding us, telling us that we're no good. You can't do that. You don't have the freedom to do that. You can't go do that, not you. Maybe it's just habits, addictions built up that you've maybe tried and failed to sort out before. And now, well, I've tried now. That'll never be me now. I'll never be free now. Or maybe you've grown up in a pretty bad environment and has you not believing in yourself. Maybe you've had some very toxic, perhaps even abusive relationships, and that's got you stuck in this cage. But I'm telling you, this cage exists only in your mind. And the open door is right in front of you. Right in front of you. Now I'm speaking here, that's a physical analogy. And many people think, here's another thing that keeps people stuck, alright? Is thinking, one day I'll escape this life. A lot of people dream about this, like the lion in his den, dreaming of freedom, of the open savannah. Many people dream of, oh, I'm going to escape this one day. I'm just going to go and live in a cabin somewhere. I'm going to go and live in the mountains, or go to a different country, or escape to the countryside, a little cottage. And they're thinking that in order to find their freedom, they have to physically remove themselves from the situation. That is a trap. That is a trap. You do not need to go anywhere physically to find freedom. Freedom is a state of mind. Freedom has nothing to do with your body. Freedom has nothing to do even with your health. Freedom has nothing to do with your finances or your money. Freedom is up here. It's a function of mind and a function of spirit. That is freedom. The freedom of the choices that you make. You choose the friends you hang around with. You choose your job. You choose what you eat. You choose the drugs that you put into your body. You choose these things. And this habit is built up. But at any moment, you can make some different choices. You can walk through that open door. But we don't. We would prefer to stay in the familiar, comfortable prison that has become our lives. So how do we do it? How do we break free? Well, stop thinking about it. That's the key. The lion, seeing that open door, is afraid to step through that door. At some point, you just got to say, to hell with this prison. You have to be so fed up with it, recognize the danger, recognize that you are trapped. Don't think about it, just go. That could take the form of not speaking to somebody who has been dragging you down. That could come in the form of handing a notice in at work with no idea about what you're going to do. You haven't picked another job, you haven't picked any education or job. I'm just going to hand my notice in because I'm sick of this damn job. Sometimes that's what it takes. Just hand it in. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out later. I'll give them 4 weeks notice. I'll figure it out. There'll be something I can do. It could be speaking to somebody you need to speak to and say, look, I'm not happy with the way that you've been treating me. And if they're not getting it, well, I'll see you later then. That is walking through that door. It could be finally putting the alcohol down, putting those drugs down, ending those eating binges. To hell with it. Come what may. Come what may. Look, I feel really down. I feel really low. I need to go and get this alcohol. I need to go and get this sugary food. I need to get... Nah, I ain't doing that anymore. Not anymore. And if I'm going to suffer as a result of it, well, then I'm just going to suffer. And then you'll find, oh, hang on, there was nothing to worry about. Nothing. Too many lions just pacing their cell, unaware of the freedom that's right in front of them, the power that they have to go and enjoy this freedom. To use another analogy, and it's another animal analogy, sorry to mix my metaphors here, but this is another powerful one that speaks to the same point. When they have circus elephants, they have this baby elephant, and they tie it to this post in the ground. A little post, but it's only a baby elephant, so it can't pull the post out of the ground. And it tries and tries and tries. It tugs and tugs and pulls at the post that it is tied to, only to realize that it can't break free. That's what it learnt. It learnt that it can't break free of this post. The elephant grows bigger and bigger. Big, strong, mighty, and powerful. And still, they tie it to the same post. Tiny, insignificant, small little post. And this gigantic, mighty, noble elephant is tied by a tiny thread to this little post, firmly convinced that it can't break free. It could break free with the smallest movement. It just has to walk away. But because it believes that it's tied to the post forever, it simply doesn't even try. So I want to ask you, what is it that you've given up trying? given up? Have you given up trying to break free of something? Have you given up trying to break free of someone? Perhaps you've been having the same relationship over and over. Perhaps you're stuck in the same cycle of addiction over and over. And perhaps on some level you've decided, I just can't break free. Or maybe try again. You might realize and find out that actually you're a grown elephant now. Mighty, powerful, strong. And all it would take is just walking away. And this time you snap the post clean in half. The elephant that has been tugging at the post for the longest has grown the strongest. I say try it. Try it. It's what I did. I kept tugging at that post until one day I was strong enough to break the post completely off. Now I'm free. The lion that went through the door. Are you the lion that stays inside or the lion that goes through that door? You're capable of being either. It's just which one that you believe you are. You still have